Bam, what's goody? Jordan here, and today I'm going to show you how to perfectly sit your vocals on the beat so that it sounds confident and professional. Let's get right to it.
Good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'm running.
Alright, so in the past 2 episodes, I showed you how to prepare your mix and then how to clean up your vocal using an EQ. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make your vocals sit on the mix better so that they're pinned and controlled so that they have that professional sound that you're looking for. Let's get it. We have already set the auto-tune and the EQ, and we have it sounding like this.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like...
Alright, so if you have not seen those past 2 episodes, you can check them out, linked in the description or pinned to the top comment. And by the way, shout out to Dexa Dior for sending us his project file to use in this series where I'm using Waves plugins to get you a professional vocal mix. Alright, so it's very important that we understand the levels before we start trying to make the vocal sit on top of the beat perfectly. So what we're going to do is open up the Studio Rack plugin on our main vocal mix. Plugins right here, I have them turned off, but I'm going to be showing you how to use them throughout this tutorial. I'm going to put a meter on, and we're going to see the levels of the vocal. So when I start using plugins, you're going to be able to match those levels so we can work together on this. All right, so
it wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21.
All right, so around -24. So if you have your vocals around -24 LUFS, you're going to be able to use the same settings as me. Now, let's put a Studio Rack on the beat and see how loud the beat is as well. Alright, so we'll type in WLM meter.
Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in the double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it.
So there's a problem right away. Well, this WLM meter is reading how thick this vocal is, but at the end of the chain, we're reducing the volume. So it doesn't even realize that this is lower. So that's the problem with using volume control and why I don't even like using volume control. So I went -9.6. So before this WLM meter, I'll just use a compressor and we're gonna put it -9.6.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in the double cup. Go to the...
Okay, so we got around -17, -18. So you can lower your gain of your beats to get to that level. So this is very important, like one of the first steps to make your vocals sit on the beat. It's actually gain staging. You see how now the vocals are about the same size as the beat. That's going to make sure that the vocals are loud enough to sit on top of the beat. Now we have to squeeze the vocal because there's a wide range of this vocal, as you can hear right here.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut.
There's some bleeding, but the vocal has a wide range. So we want to pin down the vocal. So what we're gonna do is use compression. And I'm gonna use the most popular compressors that Waves has to offer. We have 6 of them I'm gonna show you how to use. And then we're going to turn on and off each one. And we're gonna find which compressor makes this vocal sound best for this beat. This is gonna be a new trick that I'm telling you, you guys are gonna use all the time because you'll realize that different compressors make your vocals sound different. There's a compressor that you may never known that makes your vocals sound much better. Let's get to it. The first compressor is RVox. It's one of the simplest to use. All you do is mess with 2 knobs, the compressor knob and then the gain, okay? So you'll notice when we bring this down, it's gonna make the vocal louder, okay?
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in the double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bossing the ass like it's double Dutch. Yeah, but you bad, you ain't bad enough. She won't be my bitch, but I ain't trying to cuff. Don't get me mistaken, I wanna fuck. On the road to bitches, I'm speeding up. Niggas hating on me, but they do too much. Y'all niggas really gon' hate me. Watch when I cut the Mercedes.
So that made it a lot thicker. We're going to turn that off for now. Next, we're gonna get to the CLA2A, okay? And there's only 2 knobs here. So I went from easiest to most advanced compressors. And the compressor is the exact plugin that you need to make your vocals sit on top of the beat. And you'll see more clearly when we're getting done with all 6 of these. So make sure you stay tuned.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a...
So the more we lift up this peak reduction, the more we're compressing it and the lower volume it's going to get. Because if your vocal has a range of this, your vocal's sitting in between this, all we're doing is squeezing the vocal, so the average of the loudness of the vocal goes down. That's why you have a gain knob to bring it back up to sit back on the beat. All right, so.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. Went in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in a double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bossing the ass like it's double Dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough. She won't be my bitch, but I ain't.
Cool, easy enough. C1 compressor is a nice compressor, simple as well. We're gonna move this ratio, so let's just put it 4:1. And then we're just going to move this down till it starts compressing, and then we're gonna move the gain up.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. Went in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in a double cup. Go to the
makeup game.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. Went in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in a double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bossing the ass like it's double Dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough.
All right, nice. Next, let's get to the CLA76 compressor. We're gonna put it on Bluey, just sounds better on vocals. We have the ratio at 4. And all we're gonna do is mess with this output.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. Went in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in a double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bossing the ass like it's double.
Wow, it just is really pinning that vocal right on top of the beat. And obviously if you like lower vocals, you can just turn the gain down more. All right, next we're gonna put this ratio at 4 on the R compressor. We can leave the tack release. Make sure this ARC is on. It's called auto release control. So that just automates the release control and it goes with the speed of the vocal. So you don't even gotta worry about that. All we're going to do is mess with this threshold. We're gonna put it under where it's catching all of the vocal, which is under the orange. And then we're gonna mess with the attack to see what sound we like better. And we're gonna change this to opto because it sounds better on vocals. And we're gonna mess with the warm and smooth.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. Went in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in a double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bossing the ass like it's double Dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough. She won't be my bitch, but I ain't tryna cut. Don't get me mistaken, I wanna fuck. On the road to riches, I'm speeding up. Niggas hating on me, but they do too much. Y'all niggas really gon' hate me. Watch when I call the Mercedes. Please do not lie to me, baby. Is you gon' ride for me, baby? Yeah, it wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. Went in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in a double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bossing the ass like it's double Dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough. She won't be my bitch, but I ain't tryna cut. Don't get me mistaken, I wanna fuck. On the road to riches, I'm speeding up. Niggas hating on me, but they do too much. Y'all niggas really gon' hate me. Watch when I call the Mercedes.
Sounds pretty cool. It's sitting, I can hear every word. Sounds confident. Next one, this might be my favorite compressor ever. I recently got into it. It looks really crazy. I think you're gonna hear a huge difference in this compressor and all of those other 5 compressors. And by the way, if you're liking this video so far, smash that like button. It really helps the channel. Appreciate you. All right, so this next compressor is called DBX160. Let's check it out. All right, so it looks a little confusing because it has a left and right compressor in which you can compress your left and right side differently, but we're just going to be focusing on the main vocal, so that is one vocal. The left and right will be synced up to 1, so we're going to monitor mono and compressor mode. We can keep it in mono as well. If you have this stereo mode on, it syncs up the knobs so you're compressing left and right at equal. We can put this at 4:1, that's the ratio, and then we're just going to be moving this threshold down until we see about 10 decibels of gain reduction. That means we're going to be compressing about the whole vocal, so we can really squeeze it together and pin it so it can sit perfectly on top of the beat. So we're going to move this down.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. Went in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in a double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up.
Nice. Now we're going to just move this gain knob up till the vocal is sitting on top of the beat.
It wasn't good enough, straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. Went in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in a double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bossing the ass like it's double Dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough. She won't be my bitch, but I ain't tryna cut.
So one thing, while you're doing compression, you may hear some parts get a little bit too loud. So when you're thinking about compressing and making your vocals sit better, there is going to be some more gain staging you're gonna do throughout. So let me show you a part that I heard that's a little bit too loud. We're gonna need to cut it out and just reduce the gain on it.
When I fuck it up, she bossing the ass like it's double Dutch. Yeah, but you bet you ain't bad enough.
Right here. So this part, I'm just scissoring it, and then I'm gonna just reduce the gain a little bit, about 2 decibels. Scissoring that one, about 1 decibel. So let's hear that.
Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bossing the ass like it's double dutch. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go back to the beat a little bit, because one thing that's not letting the vocals sit a bit better is the bass. In the first episode of the series, I showed you that we took a little of the sub bass out of the beat because it was a bit uncontrolled. Now I'm just going to reduce a little bit to -2.5 just to control that sub a bit more. All right.
It wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21.
All right, so now we made the settings for 6 different compressors. Now I am going to turn them on and off one by one, and I want you guys to help me decide which one sounds best to your ear. A lot of us are gonna pick different ones. It's all perception, right? So what sounds good to you may not sound good to someone else. So I want you to comment down below which compressor sounds the best on this vocal below. All right, and by the way, if you're interested in any of these compressors or plugins I'm using in the series, all the plugins will be linked with my affiliate link down below. So let's get right into it. Of 6 compressors, let's see which the best Waves compressor sounds on this vocal. Let's get it.
It wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in a double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bossing the ass like it's double dutch. Yeah, but you bad, you ain't bad enough. She won't be my bitch, but I ain't trying to cut. Don't get me mistaken, I wanna fuck. On the road to bitches, I'm speeding up. Niggas hating on me, but they do too much. Y'all niggas really gon' hate me. Watch when I cut the Mercedes. Please do not lie to me, baby. Is you gon' ride for me, baby? Yeah, it wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in a double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bossing the ass like it's double dutch. Yeah, but you bad, you ain't bad enough. She won't be my bitch, but I ain't trying to cut. Don't get me mistaken, I wanna fuck. On the road to bitches, I'm speeding up. Niggas hating on me, but they do too much. Y'all niggas really gon' hate me. Watch when I cut the Mercedes. Please do not lie to me, baby. Is you gon' ride for me, baby? Yeah, it wasn't good enough. Straight to the top like an uppercut. Stun on my ex like I'm 21. When in my bag, I'ma run it up. I put a 4 in a double cup. Go to the stew and I fuck it up. She bossing the ass like it's double dutch. Yeah, but you bad, you ain't bad enough.
I mean, come on, that has the most character. It adds some warmth to it, and it made it pin it so much. I don't know, I'm a big fan of this DBX160, guys. Let me know what you guys think below, but for this song in particular, it just sounds really cool. I like how it has that warm rap tone in which there's not really harsh sounds in the vocal anymore. Out of all of them, you know, a compressor is not about just increasing gain and making it sound louder. As you heard, a lot of these sounded the same gain as you heard with them out. So I just wanted you to hear the tone of what a compressor is doing, but it is squeezing that vocal together and then we're placing it where we want. I'm gonna vote the DBX160, but I'm excited to hear what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. And if you're new here, make sure to smash that subscribe button if you're interested in more mixing and mastering tutorials. On the next video in this series, I'm gonna show you how to thicken up your vocals using parallel compression. It's a very powerful tool that's super easy to use in Studio Rack and using compressors as well. So this is going to help your thin recorded vocals, or after you got done EQing and compressing, they still seem a bit thin. We wanna beefing those up so they sound super thick and pleasing to the ear. So if you're interested in checking out that video, you can check it out right here. And if you're interested in checking out the past few videos of this series, you can check them out right here. Let's get it.